Hello everyone, welcome to the College Point. Today we are starting with another topic from Indian knowledge system perspective, that is banking. The contribution of bank in ancient India, medieval India and in the modern India as well. So all these different aspects we will be covering one by one. First of all, we will be understand the terms from the Vedic perspective, that is from the ancient India perspective. Here there is a very common general term from the Vedic period which is known as hundi, right? Hundi system, which is an evidence, and it is very much similar to your promissory note concept, and it facilitates secure fund transfer. The another term is from the Mauryan period, Mauryan Empire. There were the people doing the management of finance and they were known as shroffs. These were the intermediaries for managing deposits, providing loans, facilitating foreign exchange transactions, etc. So, as we use bank and we think bank as a modern perspective, but in every culture, in every civilization where there is a government, where there is a proper trading and commerce related system, there we will find some or the other way where people used to manage money. We might not find specific branch as we see nearby in our house, but we had some place, some area where all this money matter related transactions would be happening into the ancient concepts as well. So wherever there is money we can find the bank over there. Next is the two different areas, regions, that is Ujjain and Patliputra were the prominent financial institutional places in India. And as I said that in that era there were not be any branches of banks, so the major place where people used to do all the transactions related to banking, like depositing, providing loans, short term, long term, etc. So temples were those prominent place. So temples were used as a center for meeting, a place for supporting the economy and society, a place where rich class and middle class people used to meet. And there was, again, as it is a spiritual perspective also, so there was a charity to the poor as well, so that there we can see the overall welfare of all the different standard of livings. According to the inscription of Chola Empire, the loan rates they used to provide were ranging from 12 to 15% annually. Can you imagine annually 12 to 15% rate of interest? In 1342 AD, Melkote inscription in Karnataka, where it is? It is in Karnataka, shows that the temple loaned 50 kalanju of gold at 6.25% per annum. So 50 kalanju is the currency used in that era, and if you take a loan of 50 kalanju, then the rate of interest will be 6.25 percentage annually. Romans. Yes, India, as it is an oldest civilization, but there were other civilizations simultaneously running into that era also. So Romans took banking out of temples. Okay, and what they did, they set up the world's first bank having its own independent branch and not depending on the temple. That first bank was the Bank of Venice. So I will put a star mark over here, which was set up in Italy in the year 1157. Then the second bank was set up in 1782 in USA, and then England in 1825. As we know, in India there was no separate place for banking related transaction. Everything was from the temple institutes only. So there were lots and lots of donations used to come from the rich people, and then that money is used for some or the other way for the charity to the people. And that, though in the present world modern time banks are being separated from such spiritual places, but we can see that there are many temples in India which are now also getting crores and crores of donations every year, and that donation is used for the welfare of the community. So through a few prominent temples are Padmanabha Swami Temple, Vaishno Devi Temple, Somnath Temple, and Sri Saidham Temple from Shirdi. So all these temples are prominent in terms of wealth generation for India, right? And there is an every day, every 24/7, they conduct some or the other community welfare related program where poor people specifically gets benefit in some or the other way. Now we talk about the banking system from the medieval India perspective. Medieval India means where the Mughals started ruling on majority of the part of India. So in the medieval India, the towns like Peshawar, Lahore, Sindh, right? All these three are into Pakistan at present. Allahabad and Patna, these two are in India, were prosper because of their close proximity to national highway. So in the video of trade and commerce, right, ancient India's trade and commerce, there were three different types of routes: Silk Route, another one is Grand Trunk Road, and another one is the another prominent road, or we can say the route through which the trade and commerce used to happen. You can visit and view into the video section of this channel that the video is available of trade and commerce in ancient India. There you will find all knowledge of ancient trading system, commerce related things over there. It is already uploaded on the YouTube. Surat, Bombay, Satgaon, etc. flourished because of near location to the sea route. So India connected with the land system also, and it was connected with the ocean system, marine system also, and both these systems were helpful for a rich trade and commerce related transactions in India. Banks not only financed locals but also foreign requiring short-term loans. Now we talk about pre-independent banking system. So this perspective is from the Britishers' perspective, colonialism, which they started in India. Pre-independence, as we have not received independence right now. Britishers set up Bank of Hindustan in 1770 in Calcutta, right? And Calcutta was a capital under the Britishers, and then slowly they made Delhi as a capital. And as Delhi, not only from the Britishers perspective, but Mughals also chosen Delhi. From there they used to govern each and every aspect of the territory. This bank was seized, or we can say closed, because of some or the other reason in 1832. Over 600 banks were registered in the country during pre-independence colonial period. Guys, can you imagine that 600 banks were already working to solve the money related requirements to the common people, and only few of them survived. So here are the different banks, important banks: General Bank of India, Ud Commercial Bank, Bank of Bombay, Bengal and Madras, which was set up individually, but later it merged and became Imperial Bank in 1921. And this Imperial Bank is a very famous bank that we all know in the present world, right? In the present India. Post independence, what all the changes happened into the banking system, will go through this. Government thought of nationalizing some prominent bank, right? Nationalization brings equality among all the banks. and they can work prominently and efficiently if they are equal and they have a same standard of working. So nationalized was done by the government under Banking Regulation Act. So we had one act which is specifically dedicated for the good governance and banking, right? And this act was set up in 1949. Several banks were nationalized under this act. In 1955, as I said, that we were using in our that era, we had Imperial Bank of India, and that Imperial Bank of India became State Bank of India in 1935. Okay, and in 1991, as we see that there is the liberalization, privatization and globalization concept introduced. So from that 1991 till now, what important prominent things that happened into the banking field, we will focus one by one over here. Many strong acts and regulations strengthening the banking system, advancements in technology. We came up with internet banking, linking of all branches and servers. This made the work easy as well as the improved the transparency and decreased the corruption. Now we have mobile banking, IMPS, that is immediate payment service system, which is basically developed by NCPI. NCPI means National Payment Corporation of India. It offers 24 by 7 banking service. ATMs we use, cards like debit and credit we use, third party payment gateway, Google Pay, Phone Pay, etc. we use, Visa and MasterCard we use for foreign transaction. And the last part of this video related to banking is the types of bank. So we have central bank, the apex bank of the country, commercial bank, all the banks that are managed privately by some or the other companies and institutes, and they work commercially, they earn profit, right? But they provide many different ways of trading, dealing and doing commerce. You have SIDBI Bank, NABARD Bank. SIDBI, Small Industrial Development Bank of India. NABARD stands for it stands for Agriculture Related Bank. RRB, Regional Rural Bank. Exim Bank, Overseas Bank, right? Indigenous banker. Indigenous bankers are some or the other way, they are unorganized sector of banking, because they run this family owned business since many ages, from generation to generation, and they have a good hold on the market. From the indigenous perspective, that is, everything is based on their own consent, rules and regulations, etc. They fall a part of your unorganized sector of banking. So you find Shroffs, as we have mentioned in the early part of this video, Mahajans and Kotians, and many other people involved into the banking field. Banks for special purpose. This type of bank is only and only providing service on some or the other special purpose which is declared by the client. If client wants some special service from the bank, such type of banks provide. Banks which acts as an agent, industrial and development banks, that is IDBI bank, mortgaging banks we have, and cooperative bank. So all this was related to the banking system in India. I hope that you enjoyed and you learned so much. And this is the final motto at last of our channel, which says learning beyond the college hours. Thank you so much.